Nutz and welcome to Darts Review channel. For this video I'm reviewing the 180 Raptor, and this is another model from the Jetstream range which is themed around planes, and this is the 22 gram version, and they're also available in 20 and 24 grams. Like with the other 180 darts, it just says VHD, which I think stands for very high density tungsten, so I don't know, but I think that probably means it's 90%. And these retail for €69, which is around about £57. So let's check them out. So as with the other models in the Jetstream range, it comes in this neat packaging. It's got a little flap with magnetic closure there, and some details about the darts in both the soft and steel tip. And inside you've got this little cardboard tray with a little tag so you can pull it out. A dense foam insert holding everything. With the barrels you've got some polycarbonate medium stems fitted, and you've got an extra set of alloy stems, and you've got two sets of flights, a set of standard and a set of kite shape. So the darts are fitted with a black coated point, and as you can see it's pretty much a straight barrel dart. Just looks as if there's a slight scallop along there, but could be just an optical illusion. But obviously it gets a little bit thinner on this rear section in between pronounced rings, and it's got a slightly tapered bull nose with a fairly grippy ring grip. Very thin cut ring grip there. Around this section you've got these elongated grooves with the 3 rings cut round. It's not a massive amount of grip there, it's only probably a low medium. That is probably, I would say that's high medium at that front section. On the rear you've got these kind of scalloped sections with thin rings and these little pronounced rings here, so there is some grip there. Probably say that's about a medium level. It's quite an interesting design, and those blue painted sections give it a kind of a nice look. But if you take that paint out, it may actually be a little bit grippier there, but it doesn't really matter too much to me because I'm a front gripper, but could be good for any style of grip really. We'll have to see when I throw it. And you've got your medium polycarbonate stems and standard shaped flights.
The darts are fitted with a 28mm black coated point. There's a small smooth section at the front of the bull nose of 1.9mm, then you've got a section of thin cut ring grip which is 10.5mm wide, and then you've got a section with the elongated grooves and the 3 rings cut through it, that's 19mm wide, and then the rear half of the barrel is made up of 3 sections of thin cut very fine ring grip, and it's got a couple of pronounced rings in between. The first 2 sections are 5.2mm and the last one is 5.5mm. The pronounced rings are 1.2mm wide, and then there's a small section on the end of the barrel of 1.3mm. The length is 51mm and the width is 6.3mm.
£21.92 grams, 21.95 grams, and 21.95, and the full setup is 23.83.
With nothing attached, the barrel is front weighted, and with the supplied setup it moves slightly behind centre, and this is the balance with medium in between short, extra short stems and standard flights.
The front grip on these is similar to the Vox designer darts that I reviewed. It's got a very, very similar feel to it. I think the balance on these is quite nice though. Getting quite a bit of spin though. That one spun a lot. That one spun as well. Maybe just the grip interacting with my release, I think. But quite nice there with my front grip. Quite like the feel of them. So I'll try the middle section now. Kind of on the blue grooves and a little bit on the kind of micro grip, but it also has a kind of a little indented feel. Got less spin on that one, but getting it on target. Nope. It's kind of fishtailing a little bit, but there's no spin. To the flight and it just made a funny noise when it hit the ground. Put me off that like. I'm finding it a little bit harder to throw from the middle, but obviously it's not my natural grip, but I don't know why. Can't seem to get the right feel of it, whether it's because I'm in that mix of grip patterns there, I don't know. But it was a little bit smoother in terms of the flight, but I just get a bit of fishtailing. So I'll try the rear section now. So it's kind of like a squared scallop with a couple of pronounced rings, so let's see how this feels. Almost flew similar to what it was from the middle, that. It's got just a little bit more of an arc to it from the rear, but I think there was less fishtailing. Do feel a bit of bite off them pronounced rings though. When you throw it, you can kind of feel your grip acting as you push forward. Just feels more awkward though for me, but I can't see why an actual rear gripper won't have any problems with it. Slipped down my fingers that. Look at that as well. So
there you go. That's the 180 Raptor. I think it's quite a nice dart for a front gripper. Definitely like the grip at the front, and also the balance feels quite nice with a front grip. It probably could suit middle and rear grippers. From the middle, it wasn't that it was terrible, it was just that I was getting a kind of bit of fishtail in there, and I kind of got that on the rear, but I think it was slightly smoother from the rear. But certainly that grip on the rear, it's not overly grippy, but you get just a little bit of push on them, like pronounced rings, and it got a little bit of an arc on the rear, so it kind of had a nice flight path, so it could be nice for rear grippers if you like a slightly front weighted dart, and it's probably designed to suit front or rear grippers. From the middle, like I say, it didn't feel quite right, but it wasn't terrible. Well worth a look if you're a front gripper, and like I say, probably worth it for rear grippers as well. So that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching.